Good morning, Your Majesties. Happy day 21 of Princemess. I have another story time for you guys. So this story is called Shades of Red. Okay. Shades of Red is a true scary story about a family who move into an old house and see strange things like an unexplained red mist. Okay. It all began when we moved into the old house. One day, my 4-year-old daughter started screaming at something she had seen in the living room. She said it was a cloud of red mist that had emerged from the corner of the room. It had enveloped her and it had a horrible smell that made her sick. Then it just disappeared. Oh boy. At first, we just dismissed it, but a few days later, my wife's sister came to visit and she brought her 2 little daughters. The little girls said they saw a cloud of red mist appear from the same corner and it enveloped them too. Jeez. Later the same day, my wife saw a cloud of red mist out of the corner and wrap itself around her. Oh gosh. She said it felt hot and suffocating and stank of burning meat. Jeez. One night, my 6-year-old son heard the front door opening, so he went down to investigate. The door was open, and in the doorway, he could see an odd red mist that slowly disappeared before his eyes. At this point, I was still skeptical of all these stories. That changed on the night I fell asleep downstairs. That changed on the night I fell asleep downstairs. I had a very strange dream. In the dream, I walked into our bedroom, but it was completely different. There were no beds and it was furnished as a living room. There was a sofa and sitting on it, I saw a beautiful woman with dark red hair. She was not my wife, but in the dream, I somehow knew she was my wife. What? She was crying, and when she turned around and looked at me, her eyes were blackened and filled with tears. She had a look of fear on her face, and when I moved towards her, she cowered as if she was being beaten. What? Just then, I heard a voice behind me. It was the voice of a young boy. I turned and saw a boy standing in the doorway. He was wearing red cowboy pants and a red sweater. He was soaking wet from head to toe, and his skin looked ashen and lifeless. He was not my son, but in the dream, I somehow knew he was my son. The boy looked up at me. "Dad?" he said, a look of fear in his eyes. "Dad, help me." Suddenly, I woke up and found myself sitting on the sofa downstairs. My wife was sitting beside me, and she screamed at me, "What was that?" I realized that there were sounds of a struggle going on upstairs. We could hear furniture being thrown and the sound of breaking glass. I jumped off the sofa, ran upstairs, but when I got to the top of the stairs, everything went silent. There was nobody there, nothing out of place, no sign of anything wrong. All I saw was a strange red mist in the hallway. It had an iridescent glow and gradually dissipated until it disappeared. I returned downstairs to tell my wife what I had seen. We sat there in silence, unsure of what was happening and waiting for the dawn to come. That morning, I was standing on my front porch, still trying to make sense of the dream I had. My son was playing in the garden. All of a sudden, I heard him call out. A chill ran down my spine as I heard him say, "Dad." What? I turned and looked down the hill. My son said, "Dad, help me." I ran over to him and saw he was digging something out of the ground. It was a strip of red corduroy material. I went to help him, but when I pulled the material away, I saw a flash of white bone underneath. I grabbed my son and ran into the house. We called the police, and when they came, they dug up the remains of a little boy. He had been buried in our garden. They said he was 6 years old when he died. He was wearing red corduroy pants and a red pullover. The police are trying to locate the man who lived in the house before us. He was the father of the boy, and they believe he murdered his own son. Oh my. But they haven't been able to find him. They also believed he murdered his wife, but they can't find her body. They do have old pictures of her. She was a beautiful woman with dark red hair. So was the little boy that was screaming, "Dad, help me," was it the little boy that was killed? Is that what happened? I don't know. Leave it down in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Princess Peyton. Hit the red button to become your majesty and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I love you guys so much. You guys are the best human beings ever made. And you're the king of my heart and the song lyrics of Taylor Swift. And I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Okay, love you. Bye. Mwah.